There's nothing better in sports than a game set. LeBron James and the Cavs do it again.
I know better to ask you to put anything in historical context because you are an in-the-moment person about this stuff, but in the moment, what does it feel like to be in your 8th straight finals, 9th overall?
I don't know, I'm a loss for words, but it's a blessing to be able to be a part of the big.
While debates over LeBron James' GOAT status may never be settled, one fact is undeniable. No NBA player has ever faced greater scrutiny. From the age of just 16, he bore sky-high expectations, constantly under the unblinking watch of fans, scouts, and rivals alike. Few, if any, have endured the kind of media pressure he has faced. Is it fair to call LeBron James a flopper? Honestly, is that even a tricky question? Of course he is. Without a doubt, yes. Once hailed as the NBA's uncrowned king, LeBron now walks a fine line between greatness and controversy. The hero who once captured the public's imagination has, over time, become a lightning rod for whispers, criticism, and even ridicule. His cryptic social media posts and theatrical flopping episodes often feel like scenes from a scripted drama. Fans have gone so far as to label him drama queen, hype machine, and the league's favorite. But in the end, it's just basketball. At its core, it's still just basketball. And if you want to measure the GOAT title purely by championship rings, I won't argue. 6 is more than 4. But that logic only works once, because Bill Russell has more. Several other Celtics also have more than 6, yet they're rarely mentioned in GOAT debates. Still, the questions are growing louder. Is LeBron James truly a basketball mastermind, or merely the product of relentless media hype? Is he playing for the love of the game and its fans, or is it about chasing personal glory? And why, after all he has achieved, do so many hesitate to crown him the GOAT? Today, we look deeper into the scandals and turning points in LeBron's career to understand why admiration for him has, for some, shifted into resentment. Open quote, be the best. Yeah. I read that you said you want to be the best defender, best shooter, best. So what do you still need to work on before you reach the NBA? Maybe getting stronger defensively and the shooting through. Close quote. LeBron James was born in Akron, Ohio, into a broken home, raised by a young single mother in struggling underprivileged neighborhoods. Basketball became his escape. By age 9, coach Frankie Walker had noticed his potential and brought him onto the Akron Shooting Stars youth team. His time at St. Vincent St. Mary High School marked the beginning of his rise. The beginning of his meteoric rise transformed LeBron into a national phenomenon. The media dubbed him the Chosen One, and ESPN even broadcast his high school games, a first in basketball history. With a commanding physique and relentless work ethic, LeBron quickly left his peers behind. In 2003, he entered the NBA as the #1 overall pick for the Cleveland Cavaliers. At just 18, before ever playing a professional game, he signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Nike. LeBron was no longer just the kid from Akron. He was a brand. But with the spotlight came the first whispers of arrogance. Still young and constantly praised, he began to carry himself with the confidence, and some argued the ego, that came with it. Open quote. I think I was born with a sports IQ, and it could have been any sport. But I just think basketball was the one that I chose, and maybe I was chosen to do that as well. Close quote. The first major hit to LeBron's public image came with his departure from the Cleveland Cavaliers for the Miami Heat. In July 2010, millions tuned into a TV special called The Decision. It wasn't a game or an award ceremony. It was LeBron James calmly announcing that he was taking his talents to the South Beach and joining the Cavaliers. For Cleveland fans, it was like a knife to the heart, a gut-wrenching betrayal. Many viewed it as a permanent stain on his career. The moment he abandoned loyalty to his hometown team, one of sports' most sacred values. From then on, his hunger for control and power was plain to see. Open quote, I want to be the greatest of all time. Close quote. LeBron has never hidden that ambition, but to claim the NBA's throne, he had to challenge a seemingly untouchable name, Michael Jordan. From the moment he stepped into the league, Jordan's shadow loomed over him, not as inspiration, but as an unforgiving measuring stick. Everything was compared: championships, statistics, cultural impact, style of play. Unlike MJ, who built his legacy entirely with the Chicago Bulls, LeBron followed a different path, one defined by calculation and opportunity. He left Cleveland to form a super team in Miami, returned to redeem his hometown, then set his sights on the Los Angeles Lakers. Each move was intentional, not only to secure championships, but also to take complete control of his brand. Yet those choices also earned him another label: opportunist. Experts still debate the point. Fans still argue about it. Many believe that, despite his greatness, LeBron contributed to eroding the NBA's competitive balance. With super teams stacking the deck, parity in the league faded. For years, the outcome often seemed decided before the opening tip-off. Do you want me to now merge this with your earlier? It's no secret that LeBron James craves the GOAT crown more than anyone in NBA history. But that relentless chase has made him the most polarizing figure in the modern game. As a teenager, he had the chosen one tattooed across his back. Before ever stepping onto an NBA court, he declared himself king. From day one, LeBron wasn't satisfied with simply playing basketball. He wanted to be recognized, celebrated, and anointed as the greatest of all time. His career has felt like a decades-long climb toward that single goal, a determined quest to prove I deserve to be the GOAT. And yet, despite the accolades and the constant media attention, that universal recognition still remains just out of reach. Open quote. Basketball GOAT? I would say MJ. Michael Jordan. Mike. Michael Jordan. My basketball GOAT is Michael Jordan. Close quote. 4 championships, over 2 decades in the league, records shattered, and still, in every GOAT debate, Michael Jordan's name stands above the rest. Why? Because Jordan embodied an unbreakable will. 6 finals appearances, 6 championships, no excuses, no super teams, no made-for-TV decision. LeBron, he has stumbled more than once when the moment mattered most. Which begs the question, when did we start celebrating the runner-up? In sports, greatness has never meant almost winning. History doesn't tell the stories of second place. But LeBron, and much of the NBA in his era, seems to have rewritten that standard. Failure isn't something to regret, it's simply a cue to switch jerseys. Championship rings aren't hard-earned spoils of battle, they're the result of carefully engineered super teams. And the truth is, it all traces back to LeBron. There's a certain arrogance in the way he carries himself, in his play, in his words, in the way he locks eyes with the camera, knowing the media will spin it his way. Yet for all the records he holds, there's one thing he's never fully captured: that deep, emotional connection that transcends stats and highlight reels. Under LeBron, NBA viewership never matched the fever pitch of Jordan's era. Jordan didn't need constant interviews or cryptic social media posts. One shot was all it took to leave the world breathless. LeBron has owned headlines, filled ESPN segments, and graced countless magazine covers, but something is missing. Something invisible yet undeniable. The magic of witnessing the extraordinary. Because greatness isn't just numbers. It's that feeling that stops time. It's the unbreakable spirit that refuses to bend. It's rising above it all without a script. And that's why, no matter how high LeBron climbs, his legacy remains divided. Adored by some, doubted by others. The GOAT spirit, still buried beneath the weight of branding, politics, and media theatrics.